What's good? Coming at y'all with another video, and this is kind of like a part 2 from the original video which I made a couple of days ago addressing Timbaland and his recent company that he started, which is called Stage Zero, a AI music label in partnership with another company called Suno. Now, to add a little bit more context to this whole conversation, I made a video a couple of days ago just talking about some of the legal issues that Suno is facing from other record labels, as well as a top music attorney on Instagram. She is actually head of Delgado Entertainment Law. She's a real attorney, and she puts out a lot of videos from time to time just covering a lot of like legal issues within the music industry. So I think, up and coming artists and producers definitely check out her page on YouTube as well as her Instagram. However, we're going to get to the apology or the statement that was released by Timbaland and his attorney. But to add a little bit of context to this whole conversation, the reason there is an apology or a statement from Timbaland and his attorney is because there was a producer by the name of K Fresh who actually made a beat that Timbaland used in a video that he made a beat by using K Fresh's beat inside of Suno, and it didn't really change it much. Now I'm gonna go ahead and play this clip.
Kaylin texted me one night and was like, "Did you see this?" And I was like, nah. At the moment, I like, for real, I'm still having a time processing it. Like 19-year-old me is like, I can't believe this. Like, right. It's Timbaland. He's one of the greatest of all time. You know what I mean? So there's a level of excitement that I wanted to have from my music to even reach somebody like that. But then there's also a bit of frustration as a grown man, because it's like, you just saying my name could have went a long way for me.
Now, if you want to see this clip in its entirety, visit Curtis King's channel. He actually interviewed K Fresh, and I think it's a little bit over an hour long. Great interview, by the way. Now, Curtis King actually made some really good content breaking down this whole situation with Timbaland, Stage Zero, and Suno AI. So head to Curtis King's page. I'll actually link it in the description if you want to check out that full interview. All right, so after this discovery was made, K Fresh and his legal representation also released a statement, and this was actually a 3-page statement that was put out via Instagram. I won't read the whole thing, but I'm gonna read the first page, and then we'll kind of go to the last page. But dear Suno and Timbaland, do better. We are writing at a time when musicians feel unseen, unheard, and unprotected. As the producer whose work was taken without permission, and as the entertainment attorney who advocates for musicians' rights, we are speaking up for the music community and for all creators being pushed aside by AI-driven innovation. Last week, Timbaland, who serves as Suno's strategic advisor and public ambassador, shared a troubling video which he took K Fresh's original song, uploaded it into Suno's AI platform, and released an authorized AI remix. There was no credit, no consent, no apology. Timbaland dismissed the public outrage by calling it a remix and a demo to showcase Suno's capabilities. But with over 30 years of music in his own catalog, he had every opportunity to use something he actually owns. Instead, he used someone else's work without permission. Now, on the third page, so we are asking not just for ourselves, but for every musician navigating this space for the following within 24 hours. A public apology to K Fresh, which we're going to get to. Proof that his music has been removed from Suno's model and training data, which that's going to be the tough part. I'm not so sure that is entirely possible to remove K Fresh's music from the Suno AI platform. A plan to prevent future violations by users and company representatives, including Timbaland, which, once again, this is why Suno AI is in court right now for using music creators' work to train AI. A commitment to implement an artist opt-out process. I think that's the number one thing that should be done as a result of this. We'll see if that happens. A promise that Suno and Timbaland will not use unlicensed music in future demos. Now, that's the part, as I said earlier, with all these Instagram lives and TikTok lives that Timbaland used to do way back when. Who's to say that he wasn't using anyone's work at that point in time to help train AI? See, we don't know the answer to that question. Hopefully one day we will find out, but right now that's going to be one of the biggest questions. Lastly, this is your chance to do what is right. Meet these simple terms and we'll consider the matter resolved. Refuse and we'll take every step necessary to ensure accountability. Musicians deserve better. The future of ethical AI depends on it. Make it fair. Signed, K Fresh and Ryan Schmidt. So that's going to be their statement. Now, we're going to see Timbaland's statement, which was released yesterday, and then we're going to view Top Music Attorney's response to that video, and we're going to talk about it. Now, Timbaland posted this to his page, but, I talked about this last night, and I wanted to also make a video about it because I just posted about it on Instagram. But statement from Timbaland. So, recently, I shared a post where I used a song that I believe was fully owned by the artist who sent it to me. Out of pure excitement to explore, transform, and collaborate. Again, collaboration is not using someone else's work without their consent or authorization. So that's the first thing that's wrong with this statement right there. I ran it through Suno. Suno, once again, is in court fighting multiple lawsuits from record companies for using work or using music creators' songs without authorization. So that's also another issue right there to show how this tech can open creative possibilities. I didn't monetize it. You gotta wonder he didn't monetize it because he never got caught, release it, or try to claim ownership. I was genuinely inspired and wanted to demonstrate what's possible. But I now understand that the song's beat was produced by a producer named K Fresh who didn't give consent. Again, if he gave consent, then you could call it a collaboration. But K Fresh did not give consent, and that's on me. I'd like to formally apologize to K Fresh. I should have done my due diligence before using it. Regardless of the intent, I recognize that not everyone involved was aware or on board, and I take full responsibility for that oversight. If you know me, you know I've spent years collaborating with artists across all levels. My goal has always been to empower creatives and not to take from them. The narrative that I'm out here stealing music couldn't be further from the truth. Now, allegedly, there's a lot of stories out there that span over 25 years that say otherwise, but I'm gonna leave that where it is. There's a lot of videos actually on YouTube you can look up in regards to that if you want more information on some of those works that, Timbaland may or may not have used along the way that someone else actually composed. So this is the statement once again from Timbaland and his attorney in regards to the issue with K Fresh. Now we're going to take a look at Top Music Attorney's page, and then we're going to talk about it.
Timbaland put out a joint statement with his attorney regarding the K Fresh situation. Timbaland says, "I apologize, I didn't do my due diligence before uploading the song into Suno." Are you kidding me? This is literally why there are lawsuits against Suno right now, including our lawsuit on behalf of independent artists. Suno took your songs, just like Timbaland took the song, put it into Suno, which is copyright infringement. If someone makes a copy of your stuff into AI, which is what is happening, it's copyright infringement. So when Timbaland's attorney says, you know what, Timbaland violated the terms of service, but quote, did not violate the law is wrong. What happened to K-Fresh is not okay, and this has happened now to literally tens of millions of artists. And Suno admitted this is literally what it already did. It's been really cool to see all the support for K-Fresh, and so I would say if you want to support independent musicians, if you are an independent music creator, the link to the lawsuit against Suno is in my bio. Please come and support. The only way that we're ever going to get change is by calling out these individuals, these companies when they do these things, and standing up for independent music creators.
All right, so that was Top Music Attorney. Again, check out her IG, and she also has a lot of content on YouTube breaking down a number of legal issues within the music industry. But as you could see in the video, she talked about how recreating a composition or, an instrumental, any music really that was created by someone initially, that is copyright infringement. So, that's a big issue in itself. As I said earlier, I'm not sure that there will be a way for them to remove this beat from Suno AI, but this is going to be something that we're going to cover going forward. I hope K-Fresh gets some sort of retribution, and for all the independent music creators out there, the reason that there's a lot of concern, at least from my perspective, is for a lot of people that are up and coming and trying to get themselves known. They may have a hit on their hands, but not necessarily like the ability to have as much of a following or exposure that someone like a Timbaland with his platform, being a producer. And this is not to discredit Timbaland. There's a lot of hits that Timbaland has created. We all know this. We've all been fans of this music. It's just where we stand in 2025 and what he's doing is wrong. And just the fact that, we've seen all these other live videos that he's done since this was announced, his whole meaning that his announcement of working with Suno AI and Stage Zero, where he just looks very arrogant and dismissive during these debates and these arguments. And I mean, on one of these videos, I believe he was eating. He got up to go to the restroom, which is disrespectful in itself. And
welcome to the chat, baby.
What's up? Hey, respect to everybody here.
Hey, John, I respect you, bro. I respect. Hey, look,
can we have
the reason I brought you live
because your post is crazy.
No,
bro.
no. He just we
got it. I mean it.
We got it. All right, we're gonna stand on it in the chat.
I mean everything about it, bro. I'm not double backing on it. Respect to your legacy, I would say. What I view this as right now is a betrayal to artists everywhere, bro. What you're doing is you're backdooring us. You got into a position of power, and instead of choosing to unionize and fight against this AI, which I'm not stupid. I use ChatGPT to script out screenplays, things like that. I use ChatGPT on a daily to think of content ideas, to do the menial task, the meaningless task that a robot should do. I'm a spiritual person, and I believe that artists all are tapped into a divine entity, right? When you go and you start creating and you allow some fucking robot to come in and finish your song, you're cutting yourself off from the divine. And let me not even get that deep with it. What I think you're doing is you're doing something that's, in a sense, demonic, bro. And I know it sounds like I'm exaggerating, but it feels demonic. You're choosing to go against us all and put this robot, instead of signing an artist, instead of having someone who has a voice that you could put on and put on your platform. All these motherfuckers you had on the live, all this cool shit you were doing, you choose to go in this direction.
John, Jesus.
Just it kind of rubbed a lot of people within the independent music community the wrong way. And this is something that we're going to continue to monitor. But with that said, as I was kind of alluding to, is most independent artists don't have a platform as big as Timbaland, nor do they have a platform as big as Suno AI. So we've seen it in the past. Going through like Old Time Road, for example, and the joint that Leangelo Ball made, those were all beats, for example, that were purchased from BeatStars with a lot of independent music producers. So with that said, you know, we are putting our music on that platform, our beats on that platform. You got a lot of like creators that they may post music videos, they might post themselves making a beat, and they may not have the platform, as I said earlier, that a Timbaland or a Suno AI has. So, you know, if somebody like that gets a hold of some of their work, insert it into Suno AI, and next thing you know, they blow up from that, what happens to that independent music creator who originally made that composition that was being reused with Suno AI? You see, that's a issue later down the line, and I'm not saying that's going to happen. It's just something that could happen per se. So we're going to definitely be covering this throughout, and I'm interested to see the coming weeks of what comes of the lawsuits from the record labels as well as Top Music Attorney. And I'm going to continue to make videos in regards to this issue. But, you know, as an independent music creator, this is something that, you know, I know AI isn't going away. But should there be some regulations and rules put in place, you know, as they said, for music creators to be able to opt out of this? I think there should be, and I think there eventually will be. But we need to continue as independent music creators to fight this, you know, every day we can, and spread the word on this whole issue of Timbaland using music creators' work to recreate beats that were already made. And you know, I firmly believe, this is just me, but I believe if he wouldn't have got caught, he probably would have eventually used that beat. But we'll see what happens. If you stuck around for the entirety of this video, please consider subscribing to this channel. I'm just starting to do videos like this on topics that are trending in the music creator space. So, you know, if you stuck around this long, let me know what you think. I really appreciate just watching this video. And you can go ahead and follow me on Instagram at d._majormusic. Same thing on TikTok and Threads. And once again, if you like this video, please consider subscribing to this channel. I like to post also like music production videos in regards to like new plugins, new expansions, as well as my Major Music Lounge podcast, which I interview other music creators about their journey creating music and more. So that's all I got for y'all today. Until next time, it's D. And I'm out.
Go for a ride, get high, my favorite shit to do. Probably call baby bro up, he bring exotics through. Love getting caught from cuz, yeah, I know it's something new. Halle Berry in a Dutch, had me laid back comfortable. Dante's Raff in the leaf when I'm smoking with the crew. I got enough for all of us, you ain't gotta mess me, fool. Wake and bake, I don't play, I'm smoking all through the day. I wake and bake, I don't play, I'm smoking all through the day. Favorite time of the day, beat them high time, high time, high time. When I'm riding out at night, it be high time, high time, high time. When I'm chilling with a cold, it is high time.